Gradey Dick, the newest Raptor, was the man of the hour on draft night because he wore an interesting red suit. To my knowledge, the reason why he wore the suit was because it represented Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz, to show he isn't in Kansas anymore. It's a nice parallel to eventually what happens to Dorothy and what is happening to Gradey Dick. On draft night, Gradey was a prospect that fans of the NBA were keeping their eye on. He primarily played the catch and shoot role for Kansas, but he showed flashes of athleticism taking the ball to the goal and follow-up dunk attempts. Gradey was an amazing shooter in college for the Kansas Jayhawks. On 5 attempts per game, Gradey shot 40% from 3, which is 4% higher than league average in the NBA. He also shot 44% from the field, which is right around the league average. In this year's draft, Gradey's name wouldn't be called in the top 10, which featured players like Victor Wembanyama, Scoot, and Amon Thompson. However, creeping a little past the top 10, the Raptors selection was coming up and they were shocked that Gradey was still there and immediately made the call. With the 13th pick, the Raptors selected Gradey Dick, making him the newest sensation in the Raptors culture. I think he could have not fallen to a better organization for his skill set. The Raptors are in conversation to move on from some of their players, which includes possibly OG Anunoby, who Dick would be playing behind. Gradey Dick will fit perfectly next to Dennis Schroeder, who can get him the ball to knock down his threes. So now that we know about Gradey Dick, let's talk about his summer league debut. But before we do, please hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on the post notifications for more. Let's get into it. So far in the summer league, Gradey has played 2 games, the first one coming against the Bulls and the second one against the Cavaliers. In his game against the Bulls, Gradey did not have a great showcasing in which he shot 3 for 12 from the field and 2 for 9 from 3, although he did have 4 rebounds and added 2 assists to his total as well. Obviously not the best night, but he did have some nice plays. Like in this clip, Gradey catches the ball and tries to navigate the screen, however, things get cluttered so he passes the ball to reset. The big gives the ball back to Gradey and Gradey drives to the paint, which collapses the defense in for the easy drive and kick for the corner 3. One thing you guys know is that I love the small stuff. Just hustling and being an energy guy goes a long way. One thing that is always taught in basketball is to follow your shot. Well, Gradey follows everyone's shot, so he can keep the possession in team's favor, which is rare to see from a guard. In this clip, Marquise Noel, who by the way is having one of the more underrated summer leagues so far, shoots a wild shot which hits the bottom of the goal on the opposite side of Gradey. Gradey immediately sprints towards the goal and gets his hand on the ball, which falls right into his teammate's hands for the easy dunk. Gradey, like mentioned before, is really good at these second chance attempts. He did this a lot at Kansas, which allowed him to get easy putback shots. He always beats his man to the rebound to be in the right spot coming off of a miss. In this clip, Noel in transition hits Brown down low, who attempts a layup, but if you watch Gradey, he is already shading down towards the basket. Once it comes off the rim, he is already up in the air for the putback layup. Of course, we know that Gradey is an above average shooter from his days at Kansas. He did not shoot that well from the 3 this game, but I am not worried about it. His touch will come with a more natural setting in the NBA, but that doesn't mean he didn't hit any. In this clip, Gradey comes from the corner to run around the down screen, freeing him up from his man. As we know, you never give shooters space because no matter what they are shooting that game, they will knock it down. Gradey gets the ball around the screen and knocks down the 3 with his silky smooth jumper. Now for the second game against the Cavs was a little better. Gradey had 11 points on 13 shot attempts, in which he knocked down 5 of those. He also knocked down 1 3 from downtown. On another note, Gradey actually had 8 rebounds and 4 assists. At first, the amount of rebounds he racked up surprised me, but Gradey is always around the basket and he is 6'8". He can help his teammates rebound the ball, especially against smaller guards, which is a nice plus. Gradey also has a nice mid-range game, which isn't too surprising for good shooters, but if he develops his handle a little more, he can get to his spots a lot easier. In this clip, Gradey gets the ball and gets a screen from the center. Off the screen, Gradey dribbles the ball to get to the elbow for the routine pull-up jumper. His next clip shows the arsenal he has in the mid-range. Gradey is being guarded 1v1 in which he rips through with the ball to get the aggressive defender off of him and on his back, which then Gradey hits his man with a nice spin jumper for the bucket. So in all, I will be honest and say that he's not having the best summer league so far, but I wouldn't count him out. Shooters have a weird way of staying around for a long time. I would like to see him improve defensively, but he is a bigger guard, so I don't think that would be the biggest issue in his career. I would also like him to develop a little better handle so that he can find his spots a little better in the mid-range. He did show flashes of his shooting capabilities in these 2 games so far, but my favorite thing about Gradey is that he doesn't give up on plays. He believes every shot that comes off the rim is his, and best believe he's putting that shot in the goal right where it belongs. But nothing, and I mean nothing, beats the fact that the Raptors gave Gradey Dick the number 1, so the back of his jersey is going to say the number 1 Dick. I'm sorry. But anyway, if you're excited to watch Gradey Dick this season, hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you.